Minecraft is filled with insane conspiracy theories created by fans that just want the truth. You will never look at Minecraft the same way again. In this video, I will tell you 10 of the most mysterious Minecraft theories that no one tells you in the continuation of the video. Number 10, the origin story. Everything has an origin. Golbolko suggested a few possibilities for how the creatures in Minecraft could have evolved. The zombies were either from a long-lost civilization or explorers that caught a deadly virus and mutated their corpses into what we see today. The villagers are either immune to the virus or the virus is inert. Either way, the hordes still wander Minecraft. If you kill a zombie, they just come back as a skeleton. Creepers are an evolved form of the zombie virus that no longer needs a host. When they explode, they send spores that eventually grow into new creepers. The giant spiders, on the other hand, are actually the smaller descendants of much larger spiders. Some of the skeletons learned to domesticate these spiders and became spider jockeys. Finally, the squids are an offshoot of the ancient spiders that became aquatic and lost their eyes. Their legs became tentacles and their poison sacs evolved into ink sacs. Number 9, Herobrine. Although Herobrine started out as a simple creepypasta, it has grown into a monumental conspiracy that looms over the Minecraft community. The story of Herobrine is rather straightforward. A player came across another Steve while wandering around in the game's single-player mode. However, the strange Steve had empty eyes and appeared in the mist or randomly in pyramids and tunnels. They also found strange areas like 2x2 tunnels, trees without leaves, or small sand pyramids in the ocean. The internet dubbed this ghostly creature Herobrine. Shortly after the story made its first rounds, a couple of Let's Players photoshopped Herobrine into their videos and dramatically freaked out on camera. Since then, numerous players have claimed to have seen Herobrine despite the developers explicitly stating Herobrine doesn't exist. In fact, many of the theories on this list had an alternate version where Herobrine was involved. Number 8, the end of the world. Once upon a time everyone died in the world and only one person remained, Steve. Now he must start to rebuild and survive on his own. Congratulations Team Carbon, you've unlocked the apocalypse achievement. Team Carbon's short apocalypse theory is one of many similar theories. It is also the shortest one. Another theory states that Minecraft's survival mode starts shortly after the Ender Dragon and its minions invaded the world. Although the invasion ultimately failed, it scared the planet. A curse or disease spread and wiped out nearly everyone on the planet, only to reanimate the corpses as zombies or skeletons. The titular hero, Steve, might be the last person on the planet as far as he knows. However, it's up to him to defeat the Ender Dragon and break the curse. Number 7, Black Star. The dead sun theory follows a similar vein to the apocalyptic, dead world theories that circulate the internet. However, this one takes a very different turn. Spumwack introduced his theory on YouTube and goes into great detail. The long and the short of it is that Minecraft takes place far into the future where our sun has met its entropic death. The sun went cold and with it, all chance for life in our solar system. So, in a last-ditched effort to save themselves, humanity abandoned Earth and sacrificed it to create a new sun. They then settled on the dead star and terraformed it into the blocky planet we all know and love. The colonists imported stone, soil, and various life forms to help populate the new planet. It is why the planet is so dense and has a rock layer only a few feet below the soil. Number 6, the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. Minecraft's ending is somewhat controversial. The alpha and beta versions of the game had no plot or story whatsoever. Yet, when the completed game was finally released, it had a strange and abrupt ending. After you defeat the Ender Dragon, you have to sit through 10 minutes of text. It's a conversation between two powerful and godlike figures as they discuss you and the game in an uncomfortably meta and philosophical way. Most players interpreted the long scroll to mean the usual, get off the computer and get a life message we see over and over again. However, MatPat felt slightly different. In his game theory video, he argues that the true message of the game is about waking up to important and powerful you are in crafting the world. It doesn't matter if you're running around outside or gathering materials in a game. What you do matters. As the game states, everything is within you, you are never alone, you are stronger than you know. Minecraft is about showing the player their own agency and giving them the tools to bring their imagination to life in the game and in reality. Number 5, everything revolves around you. We've known for a long time that the Earth is not the center of the universe, despite what Plato and Aristotle said. The Earth orbits around a star that floats in the arm of a spinning galaxy that travels through the infinite void of space. Things on planet Minecraft are a very different story. The geocentric model of the universe described the Earth as a stationary body in the center of the universe. Everything revolves around the Earth. While this doesn't apply to our planet, it does apply to the planet in Minecraft. MatPat points out that the stars rotate around the planet at the same speed as the moon and the sun. If the planet was moving, the stars would shift positions relative to the moon, thus placing you at the literal center of the universe. Number 4, the Great Pigmen Testificate War. The villagers, aka the Testificates, might not be as peaceful as they seem. Sporthesian proposes that they were involved in a fierce and bloody war with the pigmen. Long ago, there were two great empires that inhabited the Minecraft land, the pigmen and the Testificates. Sporthesian wrote, "The two empires clashed and the villagers came out on top, driving the pigmen underground. However, that wasn't enough and the villagers pursued the pigmen until they found a meager shelter in the unwelcoming nether. Even then, the villagers continued their quest to wipe the pigmen out. They sent a zombie into the nether. It didn't take long for all of the pigmen to fall prey to the disease. Although the Testificates have since renounced their weapons and violent ways, the pigmen don't forget or forgive." Number 3, secretly religious. Minecraft is pretty straightforward. It's a game about digging holes and trying not to get blown up by exploding green monsters. However, some fans believe that Mojang's Minecraft is actually a Christian-themed video game. What's more, they claim that it is specifically tailored to teach Christian values to atheist gamers. The theory states that Minecraft's world is reminiscent to how the world was after people left the Garden of Eden. It is beautiful and free of human contamination, but it is also filled with monsters that try to kill you at night. Supposedly, the game hides lessons about Jesus through its crafting mechanics and progression. Each monster in the game represents something from the Bible. The Ender Dragon is Satan. The Nether is Hell. Monsters are corrupt individuals who want to tempt you away from Christ. The villagers are disciples and sheep are the Lamb of God. Basically, the game is just one giant allegory. This theory has a lot of holes and doesn't take into account literally any other worldview besides Christians and atheists. That and Notch himself has explicitly stated he's an atheist. Number 2, Homo neanderthalensis. Minecraft seems to incite the worst in people's imaginations. Many theorists favor one version of the apocalypse or another, and Reddit user Wolfruna is no different. However, Wolfruna has a rather interesting take on the trend. According to them, the villagers in Minecraft are all Neanderthals. Their facial features, i.e. the large nose and unibrow, are reminiscent of humanity's sister species. Steve, on the other hand, is the last remaining human. The other humans all succumbed to a plague that turned them into zombies. In an effort to avoid the plague, Steve fled underground and confronted the Ender Dragon. He used the Ender Dragon's egg to try and bring humanity back to life. Instead of creating an infinite number of Steve clones on one planet, it created an infinite number of planets, each with their own Steve clone. So each Steve has 8 years to try and defeat the Ender Dragon on their respective world and restart humanity once more. Number 1, the ending to Minecraft repeats one key phrase, "wake up." It refers to the game as a short dream, and everything else as a long dream. Reddit user Gudik argues that this means everything is Steve's dream. You start out in survival mode where everything is out to kill you and it's your job to survive. However, as the game progresses and you learn more about it, you get a little control. This builds up until you hit creative mode, the supposed sequel to survival mode. Creative mode is the lucid side of the more nightmarish survival mode. The odd background noises are the distorted representations of the outside world. The two speakers in the ending poem are parts of Steve. One is Steve's enlightened side. The other is Steve's fears. No matter what, he needs to wake up.